frequently asked questions we get is, what's the difference between a personal assistant and an executive assistant? Or some people refer to them as administrative assistant or executive assistant. And there's really not too much of a difference, but in normally what a personal assistant is somebody that is usually assisting like a celebrity or a professional sports person or something like that, where they actually travel places with them and they're right there with them next to them, and maybe taking care of the kids or doing stuff like that. However, crossing over into this remote-based industry, the personal assistant is somebody that is kind of like an administrative assistant, wherein they take care of kind of the operations, how things are going on in the company, that how that is organized, and setting up calendar management and doing things like that. Whereas an executive assistant is more corporate assistant. It's like a personal assistant, but for corporate. They work for an executive or a small group of executives. And the difference, the minute difference between the personal assistant or administrative assistant and the executive assistant too, is the executive assistant is going to have a little bit more insight into the organization. So discretion is going to be key with an executive assistant, whereas it's a little more public for the personal assistant that's kind of handling the different departments going back and forth, where an executive assistant is kind of really dialing in and managing a calendar, an email list, or a company credit card, or things like that. Like they're the ones that may be issuing certain things, or on behalf of the executive that they're working for, maybe they're reviewing documentation or helping create systems and processes and things like that. So there's really not that big of a difference, other than what I just pointed out. But I mean, tomato, tomato kind of is how I look at it. Sometimes I say my assistant's my personal assistant. Sometimes I say she's my executive assistant. I should probably say executive assistant. But hey, it's 6 and 1/2 dozen the other, whatever that saying is. So that's my long answer to what are the differences between a personal assistant and an executive assistant or an administrative assistant. Hope you got a lot out of that. If you have any other questions, please feel free, reach out.